The Minnesota Timberwolves are currently 24-7 on the season and hold the number one spot in the Western Conference. But with a potential MVP candidate in Anthony Edwards and a healthy Zion Williamson for the New Orleans Pelicans, what are your thoughts on their fourth and final matchup of the season?
Ooh, will the Pels be able to tie the series? Will they be able to do it? Because the Timberwolves, y'all, come on. I just speechless, speechless. Like I can't even. What are you seeing? It's so phenomenal to watch. I mean, when I tell you potential MVP, but let's just take it back. Let's go to March real quick. Potential All Star. Gotta
Oh,
be. He has
absolutely.
to be an all-star. Y'all get your votes in because if he's not an all-star, I'm gonna be really hot. Come on, Anthony Edwards is balling, doing the best, the most, and efficient on both ends, offense and defense, running
Yeah.
circles around these teams. I mean, his shot is money. His shot is money.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And,
doing it with a
and a
smile on
slight bit
his
of clutch
face.
and a slight bit of clutch in it. I can't, it is so amazing to watch. I am really glad that the Timberwolves are where they are. I think that they have the potential to make a deep run in the playoffs. What I'm seeing right now is really nice to watch. Rudy Gobert, I know he's not your favorite, but
Mm-mm.
at least he'll get you a board. If he don't do nothing else, he's gonna get you a board. He's gonna do that. Now I don't need him to step out the paint, but I digress. Don't have me go there. But he can at least get you a board. And I think we are finally seeing what the Timberwolves believed would be in the duo of Cat and Rudy. I think that I think this is a part of what we should be experiencing when we're watching the Timberwolves, where they're able to coexist on the court at the same time, right? Mike Conley's getting this little stroke back. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a great way to watch. And then you got Slow Mo doing his thing when he comes off the bench. It's so
Mhm.
amazing. They have a great chemistry. You can tell they're having fun together. And I think what I'm seeing, the cohesiveness with the Timberwolves, I don't really see that with the Pels. Now, although I know Zion is healthy and thank God he's healthy, he should be playing. Brandon Ingram's going to do what Brandon Ingram does. CJ McCollum is now back, and I don't, yeah. Pels are okay. They're doing okay. I don't know if they are going to be doing enough because if the game that the Pels won, Anthony Edwards didn't play. And had
See?
he had played, we're talking about probably a clean sweep of the series for this 2024 season. So, yeah, yeah, the Wolves they doing it.
Yeah, and their fourth and final game will be held in Minnesota. The Wolves are difficult to beat at home. You know, you talked about their size with Rudy and Cat. You know, Nas Reed is my guy coming off the bench. You know, Nas Reed can play inside or outside. What you need? You need him to hit a three. You need him to go in, and you need him to run the break. He can do that too. You need him to go in. You know, Nas Reed is just he's my sixth man of the year. He really
Oh,
is. Yeah, I'm
wow.
not voting for Austin Reeves. I'm voting for
Oh
Nas
no.
Reed. He's my sixth man. The way he's playing right now, and his team is successful. He has to be the sixth man.
Okay, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all pin this. Sha just identified who's gonna be the sixth man of the year. I am
Yeah,
not mad at it. He deserves it because if you saw what he put up against the Lakers recently, off the bench.
I'm saying. Interesting that you mentioned that game because Cat did not play well in that
No,
game.
he
He
did
he
not.
did not have it going, but Nas Reed came in and filled that gap. Rudy did his thing, and then of course Anthony did his thing. There is no way the New Orleans Pelicans can even compete against the Wolves if Ant and Cat have it going. Rudy's getting the boards, and you got somebody like Nas Reed at his size coming off the bench, giving you offensive power and defensive genius. So
Right,
I
right.
just don't think it's going to work.
Right. And not only that, think about it. So while the Pels are putting all their attention on Edwards, got to still check for Rudy. You still got to check for him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then you know, if Nas is in, you got to check for Nas. And Cat, he just may have it. So what you gonna do? Then don't let Connolly be on the floor. Then
Right.
he can do whatever he want to do. Like, no, this is what I'm talking about. So the Wolves, for me, they almost have the most complete roster in the West at this point because they have so many pieces, so many weapons that when a team is trying to defend that, somebody is going to be left open.
Yeah, yeah,
And the way that Anthony Edwards can maneuver and slither his way all up and through offense, like in defense, like what they gonna
yeah,
do? And the Pels, as you know, as hopeful as Zion is, right? As consistent as Brandon Ingram can be at times, and CJ McCollum is a great floor general, right? What against this Wolves team? It's questionable for me if they'll be able to sustain. Again, I don't know if Edwards had played in the third matchup. I can guarantee you the Wolves would have won. They would have
hmm
won, right?
yeah,
So I just think that the Wolves have more firepower. They have more consistency, more cohesion. They are just amazing to watch right now. Everybody's healthy, which is really a good thing, right?
yeah,
You got
yeah,
health in your pocket. What we gonna do? And we're watching number one, top of the West. What?
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I know, and
And
Jonah.
and not only that, I'm sorry, I hate to cut you off, but the Wolves are number one in defense. They rank number one in defense right now. Number one, y'all.
When you have that size, it definitely helps. The only bigs the Pels have, we know Jonas Valanciunas and Cody Zeller, who's deep in the bench. They're gonna have to dust him off. I don't see Larry Nance providing any resistance to the Wolves bigs. I don't see it. I just, they're gonna be overpowered and
Yeah,
outmatched. So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
Overpowering that match.
let's talk about Jose Alvarado and Trey Murphy on defense for the Pelicans now. You're gonna get that, but they're just too small. The game is all about matchups. The playoffs are about matchups,
Yes,
and this isn't the matchup for them to shine. Jose
no,
Alvarado and Trey Murphy the third. This isn't it.
I agree. And if Cat remotely turns it on, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
wash. It's a
yeah,
wash.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think it's pretty clear. The prediction is that the Timberwolves will win this matchup.
They will be victorious in my book. I think I have them winning this matchup for sure,
Hmm
especially with their bench. Kyle Anderson and Nas Reed off the bench is
Man,
nice firepower for the Wolves. Very
yep.
nice.
And don't let NAW remotely get going behind the arc. They really have a good shout out to Chris Finch because he was there during those periods where the Wolves did not look like they look right now.
Oh
You
my
know?
gosh. I told you the roster is nice, nice,
hmm
nice. Where I'm saying, do they are they even thinking about making a move during the midseason
I
trade?
hope
I don't
not.
think they should touch
No.
nothing.
Mm-mm.
Don't you even know? Unless somebody gets injured between now and the trade deadline. But other than that, don't do it. Don't mess with that
Mm-mm.
chemistry because whatever they got right now is cooking.
Yeah. And it took a while for Kat and Rudy to get it. So don't mess with that. I
I
agree.
agree. I
All
agree.
right. So let's look at their next 5 games for the Timberwolves. They actually go on a little road trip, right? They go to Houston, to the Mavs. They also go to Orlando and then Boston, and they come back home to play the Portland Trailblazers. How you think they'll do?
I have them going 4-1. I think that Celtics matchup may be a challenge for them. That's about the only one that they could potentially lose. If they're going to lose any, it's going to be that one.
Yep.
But the other ones, the other teams don't stand a chance against this cooking Timberwolves team. Houston, have fun. Mavs, will Luke and Kyrie, when Kyrie coming back?
Wait, what's going on with them?
It don't even matter anyway. And then the Magic, nice to watch. It'll be a nice game to watch. Wolves are still gonna win. But I
Yeah,
think the matchup that you don't want to miss is going to be the Wolves and the Celtics. That's
I
the one.
agree.
That's
I
the
have
one.
them going 4-1 as well, losing to the Boston Celtics because it will be the second night of a back-to-back.
Mhm.
And the game against the Magic will be fun and it will be competitive. So because the Magic also have a little size with Franz and Bankero. So they may, muck the game up just a little bit against the Timberwolves. But that game against the Celtics on the following night is going to be tough. So I think they
Yeah.
take the L. And then when they come home to face the Trailblazers, I mean, come on, the Trailblazers.
Yeah,
Nah.
it'd be a nice little workout.
Yeah. Yeah.